All right, we are here today with my crash dummy and friend, Mike Anthony, star of Mike Anthony's Autosports on YouTube. So if you want to find Mike's channel, just go to YouTube and do a search for Mike Anthony Autosports, or check the description box below for a link to his channel. Anyways, with the upcoming Tesla Semi event and the debut of the Tesla Semi, I thought who better to have a little interview with than Mike. Why? Because not only is Mike a Tesla owner in a, what was that, a P85?
P85.
Yep. He is also a truck driver. Go figure. So I thought, why don't we just ask Mike what he thinks a Tesla semi truck number one should have, and what it would take for him as a already experienced electric vehicle driver to switch to an electric semi truck. So, Mike, you're the star. Take it away.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I think the sooner the better with the electrification of semi trucks. I already would be if my company decided that they were going to hand me the keys to a electric day cab semi truck. I'm all for it, especially if we have some type of charging network that's at the place where I work at, our yard, terminal, operating center. It's all the same thing. It's just where your location of work is based out of, where we park our semis and go home for the day. We don't have that yet, but all in good time. I don't think anybody does, but that's because electric semis aren't really there right now. But I will say that as of right now, it's going to be a little the challenges that Tesla faces, or any company that wants to make an electric semi. They have to have the range. They have to have a lot of it too, because our two 100-gallon tanks can get us about 1,000 miles on two full tanks, give or take. And I think that if we had somewhere around, let's say 600 to 800 miles so far, that would be pretty good to start off with. Also, we really can't. There's going to be here's another challenge that a lot of people face. But hang on, sorry about that. The other thing is, I can fill up my semi truck in about 9 minutes or so, both tanks, and I'm on my merry way. However, truck drivers aren't going to want to sit for about an hour or so, or even longer, because legally we can only work about 14 hours. Well, we can only work a max of 14 hours in a day, and we can only drive 11 hours in that 14-hour period. So anytime we're sitting down, each second matters to us. So what Tesla's gonna want to do is find a way for the range, and we're gonna want to minimize downtime for charging as we're on the go. But I think the thing what we're doing is we're starting at the day cabs, where you go, you do your run, and then you come back, and then you charge it, and then it'll be full charge in a couple hours or whatever. The other thing is too is like most companies that have day cabs, they slip seat the trucks. And now what that is when I am done with my assigned semi truck, with and just to cut it real short, anywhere within 2 minutes to, let's say, 5 or 6 hours or so, somebody else is going to get in that semi truck and do their run. So we got I'm on first shift, and then somebody for the night shift is going to take it while I left for the day and gone home, gone to sleep. And then before I wake up in the morning, or as I'm on my way to work, my truck will already be there, and it'll be parked waiting for me. So that also is another challenge with downtime for charging, because there are times that these trucks are moving 24 hours a day, if not maybe 22 or 23. So there really isn't a whole lot of charging time on certain days. So companies cannot afford to, with all these different loads and stuff, they got to generate enough revenue to cover their costs of fuel and to pay the drivers. There can't really be a whole lot of downtime, and it's going to defeat the purpose if they have to buy more trucks. That's also very cost effective. So didn't mean to ramble on, but the trucks need to have a very long range, like it would, somewhat comparison to a diesel semi truck, like they all are now. and they need to have some type of quick charging network. And the thing is, a lot of people will saying like, well, can you hit the superchargers that are like the one I'm sitting at now, or can well, the answer is no, because a lot of these these superchargers are for cars, so they're going to have their own type of setup that can deliver that much juice to big onboard battery packs in these semi trucks to charge quickly. And
Can I interject?
Yes.
Okay. Now, just to interject here, I'm sure at this point most of you have already seen some of the leaked spy shots of the Tesla Semi, and doing some and seeing some people doing enhancements on those photos. In the background, it actually looks like, and what we're theorizing is Supercharger version 3. We're already on Supercharger version 2, which is the 120 to about 135 kilowatt charge rate superchargers. Now, we're theorizing just the way the shapes and designs are, that Tesla might also be debuting the version 3 supercharger, which potentially could be able to deliver considerably more power. And I'm crossing my fingers, because the way it sounds, Mike, the estimated 300-mile initial range of these Tesla semis, and so far every other company that's debuted a version of an electric semi may not be able to cut it. And it sounds like the hot seat swapping out drivers at the end of the day, they just don't have that time to charge. So at least what it sounds like right now is, if they could come out with a much faster supercharger, or I shouldn't say if, when, because we know it's Tesla, it's going to happen. It sounds like the only way to make this worthwhile would be if there was a way to plug in your truck while your truck's being loaded, and then plug it in again while it's being unloaded. Does that sound about how it'd have to be done? Or maybe a swappable trailer, where each trailer would have a battery pack, so that way, instead of unloading, you just drop the trailer, switch to an empty trailer, and then continue on your way.
Yes and no to all that, and I'm glad you mentioned all of that, because that's other things that I was going to bring up, that Tesla would have to come out with some type of supercharger that's even more, I guess, ludicrous than the ones that are already there for these Tesla Model S's, X's, and 3s. They're going to need to come out with something that can charge these things in, let's say, even if it is 30 minutes for now. I mean, that's what we have to do in that in our 8-hour. We have 8 hours before we have to take a 30-minute break to regain the other part of our 14, and then of course for the rest of the drive that you have left on your 11 hours of drive time. So if sometimes, though, let me just say this, it would be very cost effective for companies to reroute their way of business to have us be charging while they're getting loaded or unloaded. Now, sometimes these places only take 10, 15 minutes. The other thing too is, a lot of these places that I deliver to, especially because I'm in the Chicagoland, and let me tell you, a lot of places that we go to, as far as where it's at, is insanely congested. There are times I've had to deliver to I had to back in to a dock in a busy street in Chicago, and the traffic just does not cooperate with you, and there is hardly any, there would be nowhere to put it in those cases. But the other thing too is, a lot of the freight that I deliver or pick up is drop and hook, and what that is we bring an empty trailer, or the trailer that's on us is empty, and we will go to a place like a warehouse or wherever, a distribution center, whatever the case may be, and some of our trailers with our company is already there, but they're preloaded. So what we'll do is, our empty trailer, will drop it at their yard somewhere, wherever they tell us, and then we'll pick up a loaded trailer, or vice versa. We will deliver a load that's loaded, and then we will deliver that, drop it, and then hook up to an empty and get out of there and either be done with the day or pick up something else. It just depends. Now, the thing that I'm not a huge fan of with the battery packs in the trailers is, this is going to add a considerable amount of weight. Now, a lot of people, and not to get political by any means, but a lot of people are trying to stress the overall efficiency of these semis. Now, I have to agree with certain things, but not everything, because they're talking about how they want to make these things lighter and lighter, but once we go past that point, it starts to affect the quality and durability of these trailers and even semi trucks. Now, these some of the loads that the heaviest load that I ever hauled was like 47-100, and that's a pretty heavy load right there in the trailer. If we had battery packs on that trailer, not only would that add a considerable amount more weight to the trailer, that would affect how much we can haul. And the name of the game is we want to put as much freight on these trailers as we can. And if it's not heavy enough, I've picked up full loads of trailers where the freight on pallets was at the very back of the door. There was maybe a millimeter to spare, and that barely got the doors to close, and it was a light load. So obviously they're going to fill it up as much as they can, or if it is a heavy load, they're going to put as much as they can on until it starts to get too heavy for our steers, drives, and tandems. And in that order, you can only have a max of 12,000 pounds on the steers, 34 on the drives, and then 34 again, 1,000 pounds on the tandems. So the other thing too is if you ever look in between a semi, I don't like to call it a tractor, but a semi truck and a trailer, you will notice three lines. Usually they're black lines, and then the green wire is the electronic one. But there's one for the blue, and that's for your trailer brakes, and then the reds for the trailer parking brakes and whatever. And then the green one, or sometimes it is black, is the cable that you plug from the one end of that's already in the semi truck, and then you plug that into the trailer, and that will power up all of your lights. And it's a big, thick cable. If you ever looked at one, it's a very thick cable or cord. It's too thin for a cord, but the cable from the semi truck to the trailer is very thick, and the connector, there's 7 pins and 7 holes, and that's pretty darn thick. It's about as thick as for a Tesla UMC or a high power wall connector. It's almost just as thick as that. Now
it's made for durability.
I'm sorry?
It's made for durability. I'm going to interject 3 things right now. Just to cover, basically what he was getting at was the more weight that's put on the trailer, and in this case, a lot of people are saying, well, put the batteries on the trailer. The more weight that's on the trailer, it doesn't matter if it's not taking up physical space, but the actual weight, they're limited to how much weight they can carry. So more weight on the trailer means less cargo they can carry, which means less money, which means less cost prohibitive. Next, I'm going to interject this myself, is having the battery on a trailer could pose a safety issue, since it wouldn't be able to be protected as well as it would be if it was on the cab. And I forgot what the third thing was, so keep going.
And as I was mentioning about that too, that cable that I was mentioning to run the electronics on the trailer, which is all of the lights, the clearance and ID lights, and for the turn signals and brakes and turn signals on the side and whatnot. That's a very thick cable. Now what we would have to do is implement another very thick cable to deliver the power from, let's say there was a battery pack on the trailer somehow. It could easily be done, because the floor underneath there's cross members to support the load inside the trailer. And I don't know, somehow they could possibly do it, but we would have to find a way to put another cable or several wires that are very thick from the trailer to now the semi-truck, and that's going to add, for all that hardware and all of that stuff on that, it's going to add even more weight. So the thing is that if they can pick up more weight or more freight on the trailer, they're going to do that, because, people are thinking, well, why don't they just haul less freight then, and who cares? Well, believe you me, companies will care, because it makes no sense to have another semi-truck with your same company go there and pick up and deliver. Now you got 2 people, and that's, less revenue on the load, and that's, the company is starting to eat a bit of the cost, and so is the shipper and receiver and whatnot. And also, it also makes no sense to do 2 trips. Again, cost effectiveness and revenue generated on the load, things will considerably, go up a lot higher, or the companies would just take a huge hit on money. So I don't see, and before I continue, I want to say that everything that I'm talking about, I'm a big believer in anything is possible, and if it is possible, I'm all for it. I'm not against electrification of semis. I actually love the idea because not only am I a Tesla owner, and I've loved electric cars for quite some time now. I'm all for the idea of the electrification of semi if it's in a perfect world, and it just there's a lot of stuff, and it's going to take a very long time, and we're going to have to guinea pig on those day cabs that do short haul or some really local loads. And the other problem is the slip seating is hell. My semi truck, I've had it actually where I was getting out of it and another driver was getting in. So there was zero downtime, and he ran his load for 10 hours, and the truck only sat for, let's say, 5 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours, or whatever the case may have been. Is that going to be enough time to charge a Tesla semi-truck, considering that it can take, if I had dual chargers on my Model S and I had a high power wall connector on a 100 amp breaker, it would take about 4.5 hours to charge this thing from empty to full. So are they going to have like a super duper duper high power wall connector with 250 amps? I don't know, but that's also going to be a big cost for the companies as well. So
And that's another problem when it comes to having multiple trucks. Then is it's possible that a physical location might not have the amount of power to supply multiple trucks. Yeah, you might be able to have enough power to supply a single truck fast enough to do a decent turnaround time. But now if you have 10, 15, even 20 trucks, there just might not be the utility available. If you look at these superchargers, some locations that really should have a lot more stalls just don't, because the utility can't provide the amount of power required. I mean, a 6-stall supercharger is already on a 500 to 750 kVA transformer, and that's actually pretty damn big if you think about it. So I think we got about 2 minutes left. So any final thoughts to wrap up with, Mike?
Oh, the other thing is too is that you were mentioning when I go fuel up my semi, and I believe me, because I have 2 years plus experience under my belt, I can tell you with confidence that some of these name brands, I'm not going to say, well, sure, why not? Pilots, Flying J's, it's the same company, TAs, Loves, etc. All these different truck stops for or fuel islands for semi trucks to fuel up at. I can tell you that they can get backed up quite badly. There's sometimes I could be sitting in my semi for about maybe 20. The highest I've ever had was like 27 or 28 minutes before I could actually fill up my semi, and I had no other choice because I was almost bone dry. But there have been other times I've sat there for 15 or so or 20 minutes, and each truck, let's say they can do it as good as I can in 8-9 minutes to fill up, and that includes topping off, because sometimes it's got that sensor in there, and when it feels a little spray back, it'll shut it off. But you can squeeze maybe 10 or 15 more gallons in those tanks. Let's say all of them can do it in 9-10 minutes. Are these semi trucks going to be able to? The question is how to implement this type of charging hardware that's fast enough to not only charge in 10 minutes or so, but also be able to have that kind of power, especially when 6 to 8 trucks are filling up at once. It's gonna be a little rocky at first, but like if you were an early adopter with Tesla Model S and even Roadster, or if you've just been following along this entire time, that there were hardly any. There were 6 in California and I think 2 in New York. And anytime from 2012 to, I don't know, let's say early 13 or so, you were basically landlocked.
Yep.
You did not have, and of course you know firsthand that there were no superchargers in certain areas. And let me finish this up on this. But over time, the range on the Tesla has gotten a lot better. We went from a high of 265 miles to a high of 330 miles, and that's a great step in the right direction. And we have significantly reduced the time we are spending at superchargers. So I think that the same thing will happen, but we're going to have to run on those guys. Not only the companies that have the big trucking companies, they're going to have to be the ones to, they're going to have to be the ones that are part of the experience, and they're going to have to purchase these things and be guinea pigged on to find out, how we can make it better. And they're going to have to go through some of the, good and bad.
Guinea pig, just like we were with the Model S in late 2012, pretty much all 2013. I mean, they only made about 20,000 cars by the end of 2013, so we were all the experimentals, and it was slow progress at first, but now it's taken off leaps and bounds. So I think once that cooperation does come from the big companies that are employing these trucks, I think it's going to start picking up and make a big difference. So,
right. And like I was saying, that all the people who are the experimentals, they're going to have to go through those, hard times that I mentioned. We're going to have to go like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense. How can we make it better? It's going to be a little rocky, just like we mentioned with the Model S when it first came out. And they got to be the ones to stick with it till it can get better, because like anything else in the world that started off or is a new technology, it was very expensive. And compared to when we had flat screen TVs, let's say even 12 years ago, they were garbage to compare to something we can buy today that's in excellent quality for
$200-$300.
Not a whole lot of $300-$400. So the same thing's going to happen, but there's going to have to be those early adopters that go through all of the, let's just say, negative, and it's like anything else, like Tesla's had the same thing with the Model S and Roadster, and then we'll make it better as time goes on. In a perfect world, let me just end it on this. The perfect world is that, not only am I and many other people I know are for the electrification of semi because it can serve many benefits. If it was perfect world, the cost would be less for, obviously no fuel, no oil changes. And there's a lot of oil, and those filters for the engines in these semis are ginormous. So that would drop down the cost quite a bit. And then also we'll have to find a way to implement some kind of fast charging and some type of, I guess, essentially home charging, like you have at Model S or Model X or whatever Tesla or electric vehicle you have some type of home charging that can be done, and you won't have to worry about, going so far out and then you have to sit there for 2 hours to charge. Most of it, if not all of it, could be and should be done at your yard or terminal where you work out of. But the problem is the slip seating, that these trucks could be running, 24 hours a day, and there are certain days in a row that they don't get a break. So that's the hardest part there. But again, the rapid charging network, somehow the charging infrastructure at places that we pick up at and deliver
so basically, because we gotta cut the video here. So basically, to sum it up, the two big things are, maybe you'd prefer if it was about twice the range, so about 600 miles starting range, and a way to fuel
on a day cab.
On a day cab,
yes.
And a way to recharge it considerably faster than what we're seeing on existing, like the Model S and X so far. So some way you can regain a good portion of your capacity back in a much shorter amount of time, because that's all you have is a short amount of time in between usage. So we're going to have to cut it there. Thank you very much, Mike, for yet another awesome video appearance for us. Don't forget, check out Mike Anthony's channel at Mike Anthony Autosports. So the URL is what, youtube.com/Mike Anthony Autosports?
Something like that. I have to look, but also just type it up on
Either
YouTube.
way, just type it into the search box, Mike Anthony Autosports, and it'll be right there at the top. And again, links at the bottom below. So, all right, thanks again, Mike, and stay tuned, because I'm sure we'll have lots more Tesla Semi information coming up in not too soon, and I'm talking maybe 3 weeks from now. All right, have a good one, Mike. Thanks for appearing.
All right, you too. Take care, bud.
Bye-bye.